There's nothing scarier than hitting a shank. It could be with a 7-iron, a pitch shot, a chip. So what I want to share with you here today is what I did with one of my students, Walt. Matter of fact, he shot his age just a couple weeks ago. Crazy. But it had to do with his pitching. So when we're sitting here, I've got my 58, and when we're talking about a pitch shot, all right, we're basically, let me just go ahead and hit one. We're talking about a shot, something like this. It's just boom, and you'll see how it just basically flies just off the hitting area here at the driving range. So just up over where it drops off. So I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards at the most. That's what I'm going to define as a pitch shot. Now, when we hit a shank, we know that we hit the ball right off the hosel here, right off the inside of the hosel. Now that can be caused for a variety of reasons, and we've done a ton of videos on that here at US Golf TV. We've done some where, hey, if you drag the club too far inside, that exposes the heel, movement with the head, all those types of things. But that was not the case with Walt. With Walt, it was more about what we call radius control. So bear with me because this is going to get a little deep. It's going to get a little deep, but I promise you it's worth it. So get a pencil out or a piece of paper and jot some things down here. So when we talk about radius, and I did an entire chapter on this in the book, The Bad Lie, we're talking about the distance from the butt end of the club to your body. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Now, here's what's important, is when you set in on a pitch shot especially, or a chip shot, there's a distance from the butt end of the club to your stomach. All right, let's just say for sake of discussion, this is 10 inches, for sake of discussion. Okay, if this increases to 11 inches, now the heel or the hosel is more exposed to the golf ball, right? If this goes from 10 inches to 8 inches, now the club is further away from the golf ball. All right, everybody see what we're talking about there? So this radius between the butt end of the club and your body has a huge impact on where the club face comes in contact with the golf ball. So here's what Walt was doing. When he was set up, he had a great setup because he follows our program, he's in our coaching program. Ball's in the center of the heels, toes were flared a little bit, he had a mini forward shaft lean and the weight a little bit forward, all the things that you already know if you follow us here at US Golf TV. But when he was taking it back, he was increasing the radius. Everybody see that? So the butt end of the club is getting further away. So look something like this, it's increased. Okay, whew, that was scary. Nick, don't ask me to do that again. Thumbs down on that one. Yeah, there's the thumbs down. Make sure you give us a thumbs up though. Come on, man. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing here at US Golf TV. And also, you know my favorite question, tell us where you're from and what are you working on in your golf game. But you could see that when I extended that out, I immediately hit that closer to the hosel. So what should you be doing? Or what's a simple way for you to keep that radius the same? It has to do with your trail elbow. So when you're set in there, all right, there's some bend in your elbow. Everybody can kind of see that it's not locked. Okay, there's a little bit of bend. So if you maintain that bend going back, all right, the radius is going to be pretty close to the same or maintained. If your trail arm lengthens, see how I straightened it? Where'd the butt end of the club go? What if I bend it? See that? Lengthen it, bend it. Everybody see how I'm doing that? Okay, so let me go ahead and hit the correct shot. Here we go. I got 10 inches. I'm going to try to maintain that. All right, that I don't mind doing because that was more in the center of the face. So here's what you can do. If you're struggling with your pitching, you're hitting the shank, all right? I want you to focus on the trail arm and maintaining whatever that bend is. So when it goes back, feel like your trail arm almost works along your side. Everybody see that? See how it's working along my side? Let me go ahead and square up to the camera even here, all right? Because I want Nick to see this. This is important, all right? See how it's just kind of working along my side? It's not extending, all right? It's one of the reasons actually why we developed the stacker too. We've done a ton of stuff with our stacker because that kind of keeps the arms together. It doesn't allow them to lengthen out. So bad. Good, so let's go ahead and hit one more. Here we go. Ball in the center of the heels, weight a little forward, toes out. Okay, I got my bend. I'm gonna keep my bend back. Oh, best one of the day right there. Super easy, super simple. Hey, Walt, he took this tip, eliminated the shank, he shot his age. I don't know what it's gonna do for you, but I can promise you this. If you get rid of the shank, it's gonna help you enjoy golf more, and hopefully also it's gonna help you shoot some lower scores.